Hello everybody, this is Logan Pressley of Pressley Customs. I've gotten myself in a bit of a pickle. I've been very busy. I've been stretched decently thin lately, so I haven't been recording like I've wanted to, but I'm gonna pan over here to the right and just show you. It's a lot different than when you've seen it before. Oh man. I was robbed. A bunch of hoodlums came by and so, no, I'm just playing. My steering column fell before and I had it on wood blocks. Go watch my last video to see about that. I brought everything down and now I'm tapping those two holes back there. While I'm tapping the two holes, I had a wild hair to think, well, I might as well take the dash pad out. And then whenever I took the dash pad out, I said, man, I might as well take the radio out. So then I took the radio out and I got this new radio. I'm gonna put a little part right here that shows you what time for me to start putting everything back together is, so you don't have to wait. And then if you're learning how to take everything apart this way, just remember that in reverse, all right? And then right now I'm gonna tap this second hole. This is a tap if you've never seen one before. I have it on my ratchet. You make sure it's nice and straight and on the tight position. And then once you get it in there, it's just gonna eat and waller out a good thread in there. And then I'm gonna buy some bolts to hold up my steering column here. So let's get as straight as possible until it gets a good bite. And then once it gets that good straight bite, my threads will be good and I won't have to hold it so carefully. And also with it being straight, it's like, I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's like a diagonal angle down. So it being straight doesn't mean actually straight up and down. It just means like flush level with the hole. Oh, I can't cuss on YouTube, so I better relax. Relax about my ratchet not going in there. I normally try to use drill bits whenever I tap stuff, but this is in such an awkward area, there's no way around it. But then now that I got this bite, I could take the ratchet out and see it's still there. So now I'm just gonna slowly bring it all the way up and all the way back down. I'm gonna go to town and find me 2 bolts to put through here, into here, and I'll have to tighten this up. Ooh, but then now I'm probably gonna fast forward this. So y'all see me like a few hours. It's only gonna be a minute for you, but it's a few hours for me. I tapped these holes. I went to Boom Guards and I got 4 bolts for super cheap, like $1.44. I already checked the tread on them. They work up in there. I'm gonna move the camera over where you can see in there what I'm doing. But here, hand me the camera. These little V joints. So my bolts are gonna go through here and go up into these holes I threaded. First off, let me show you. Such good threads. I could tap anything. This one right here is loose. Oh man, you got it in 0.1, babe. Boom, 0.5. There we go. That's what I like. I'm gonna put some pliers or whatever I need on there to tighten this down. I actually took out all this plastic piece right here because I thought there was gonna be a nut on top. There is not. So I gotta get this thing stiff and tighten this up. Pun not intended. So I'll be right back. So you'll need like a deep well socket. I'm using, I don't even know what I'm using. I'll tell you after. Because you got to bypass like this little joint here. So I got it up on there. I got my vice grips. Now the only problem is, like, here, I'll spin it around. It's like a V. So it's, your vice grips are gonna try to slide off of there, but I'm gonna lock them in real nice and tight. Come on. All right, and now I'm gonna try to tighten this thing up, but it's gonna want to slip and screw on this. So I'll be right back after I get that tightened. I'm not sure if y'all could see that, but the blood blister I had on my hand just popped when I squeezed. Show the blood on this. That's pretty gross. I hope I got that on camera. If so, I'll put it in slow-mo. Boom. So I got the blood cleaned up. I put the vice grips on it and it's just slipping off. I don't think that this bolt is loose. You see how it's moving? I think my hole is wallered up there. So I came up with the bright idea. I'm gonna take this nut off and I'm gonna put washers on there and I'm gonna try to tighten that nut back to push this up and make it snug. I'm not sure if it'll work, but I'm pretty genius, so hopefully it will. I got it off and I was right. So this is loose. This is not what's loose. This just comes right off with the nut. So now I'm going to try to put this back on here, and I'm going to try to put washers here, and then whenever I tighten this nut back up to as tight as it can get, it should push this up far enough, you know what I mean? So I'll be right back with some washers. So this I won't be able to fix. I looked it up. These are called like breakaway clamps or whatever, and the factory breaks off the tips of these, so that's why it's flat up there and I can't get a nut on it. A socket on the nut. I tried the washer thing, but the problem is the hole is burred out a little bit, but I don't care. I have this to hold it, and once I get these 2 bolts back there, it should be enough weight to take care of it. Let me get my socket real fast. One more up. There we go. And then get my extension. I can't wait to put all my tools back. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have to get it like a weird angle here. I got it stood up on a milk crate right now. I'm gonna try to get my headlight back there so you can see what I'm doing and so I can see what I'm doing. Got 1 bolt through. I'm gonna need you to use your left hand to help me pick up on the steering wheel, okay? And then I'm feeling the hole higher. More towards me. Nice. I'm on it. Get up more. That was so much harder than I thought it would be. Dun. This one is, I got that one completely tightened, but I didn't use these bolts. I used the ones with the spacer. So this bolt over here, it's hard to see back there. It's behind all that. That's the thing too, is this thing right here came out. If you are fixing your steering column yourself, this is with your shifter. So make sure you put this back. That bolt I left out a little bit more because it seemed to have more bite. You can't even see it back there. It seemed to have more bite with it. Yeah, there it is. It seemed to have more bite with it not being tightened up all the way. I'm not gonna yank on it. I'm gonna put some weight on it. It got a little bit of wiggle, but at least it's not held up by blocks. Like it's completely up by itself. Before, the thing would just fall. I broke it by steering on it, by drumming on it, and that's how it broke. So as long as I can do that, I'll be okay. I'm gonna save the rest of the video where I put this and everything back here for tomorrow. So, because I'm ready to go lay down. It was fun. Thank goodness I have my beautiful old lady to help me. I couldn't have done it by myself. Thank goodness I have my little junkyard cat to watch and keep me entertained. I'll see y'all tomorrow. This piece that I got hanging right here needs to go onto here and here. And it's a little 7mm bolt. Kind of got to mess with it a little bit. Snap it in right there. The bolts that I got are right here. I'm going to tighten this up, and then I have another black piece that is over there. I'm about to grab it. And then this cover right here goes on here as well. I'll have to spin it around properly. Let me get this tightened up and I'll put this on next. Once you get this piece laid in there properly with your holes aligned and all your electrical stuff here, you're going to take the clips like this, and they're going to go into these little squares on these 2 brackets. So once you slide those in, just like that, it'll sit properly. And you'll have 1 bolt here, 1 bolt here, and then I'm gonna put the bolt here and here. I got 4 of them right here, and I believe this is a 10mm for this. Once I get these tightened up, I'm gonna put 7s in here actually, because I have some extra screws left over from my dash pad, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember where I put these. Once you have your 4 10mm bolts tightened up on your knee bolster for your steering column, you take this little plastic cover piece and you want to orient it this way where your light's on the left. Make sure that you have this clip right here hanging down, because that's what connects to this. And I didn't take the clip out of this, I just took the whole bulb out. It'll twist right in this little spot. I'm gonna go blast this with some air to try to clean it up some, but you need to get it over the gas pedal. Make sure that your clips are reachable. And then this little prong right here is gonna go into this hole. And then once I pop these lights in and pop that in there, the steering column's done, except for this cover right here, which covers all of it. This will cover everything that I just took out. So all you have to do to fix your steering column is to take out your seat. So you take 2 bolts here and there. They're both torque bits 40. Scoot your seat all the way back, take these 2 bolts out, scoot it all the way up, take the back 2 bolts out. Here's the wiring harness. You'll tilt your seat upwards towards the steering wheel and then unhook these. Be careful. The seat is a lot heavier than I thought it would be since it's all electric. Pack that into the garage. I'm gonna end this video with putting all this stuff back together and showing how it looks now that it's done. But I do plan on doing a separate video of me cleaning my dash pad or fixing it. I think I'll put a new cloth on it or staple it down. Me replacing my glove box after I order one. Me putting a radio in. And tomorrow I'm going to the scrap yard to get my front end parts for the hood and all. So that's it. Took me a lot longer to make this video than it should have. I've been working all the time. So once you get everything plugged in down here and you get that clip back in the hole, you can see my lights on now and all. I put my cover back in. I'm gonna take this out again and clean it. I just wanna show you what it looks like once you put it in. But we're set to go in the steering column. So next video, I will be rebuilding my front end for scrapyard parts, and then I'm going to fix my dash pad. I'll probably take it off and put a cloth on it because I need to do that for my headboard as well, and I wanna match the cloth on this to the cloth on my dashboard. So stay tuned for the next video. I'll show you how to put all this stuff back together. Like and subscribe. Jesus is King.